Hey, it's your friend CJ here, and I am very excited to be bringing you guys this video. This is my very first Duel Links PvP video. I don't know if I'm going to give this series any sort of name or anything like that. I guess you could call it like the climb to King of Games or something like that. But basically, if you're not familiar, Duel Links is the mobile version of Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game. And it's really a lot of fun, actually. I started playing probably around July at the beginning of the month, and I've been really hooked. I play like an hour or more every day, and it's been very entertaining. The meta is not the same as the TCG. They've been carefully releasing cards as time goes on. There's no synchros or exceeds or pendulums or link monsters in the game yet. Pretty much just fusion monsters and some powerful beaters, 4-star tribute, and then also some tribute monsters that are powerful. So, they've been trying to get a good metagame for that going. And so, yeah, I've been really enjoying it, and I'm looking forward to sharing it with you guys. So, in today's episode, like I've said, we're going to be doing some PvP, and I'm going to be using a Red Eye Zombie deck. If you are familiar with Duel Links, then this deck is no stranger to you. It revolves around getting Red Eye Zombie out into the grave and then onto your field. Ways to get it into the grave include Gozuki. This sends one zombie-type monster from your deck to the graveyard. Gozuki also has an effect where you can summon Red Eye Zombie from your hand, but it doesn't seem like that's quite as common. We also have Red Eye's Wyvern, which can summon the Red Eye Zombie from your grave. And the main card that we'll be using to revive is Red Eye's Spirit, which is really nice. It's like a Call the Haunted for Red Eyes. Other ways we have to get Red Eye Zombie into the grave include Red Eye's Insight. So this allows you to send one Red Eyes monster from your deck or hand to the grave, and in exchange you do get to add one Red Eye spell or trap. So you get to add that spirit to your hand, and it's a very reliable way to get a big beater on the board. We're also running some cards from the latest set. The latest set is Generation Next, running one copy of Samurai Skull. It's a very similar effect to Gozuki, but it's not once per turn, it's just when it's normal summoned. So it's kind of nice to have basically like a fourth Gozuki in here. And then we also have one Bacon Saver. Bacon Saver is really nice because sometimes you just need fodder for summoning Red Eyes, and Bacon Saver allows you to do that. And it does have a nifty effect as well. It can be used to negate attacks, and not just your opponent's attacks, it can be used to negate your own. So if your opponent has like a mirror wall, for example, and you're swinging into something and they activate it, you can actually cancel your own attack and protect your monster, which is quite nifty. Bacon Saver and Samurai Skull are pretty common not tech cards, but like they're popular cards at this point in time with this deck. We have Triple Econ because Cyber Angels is a very popular deck right now, and this deck is, this card is fairly decent versus Cyber Angels. One Mirror Wall because that's all I have. I'd run two probably if I had it, and then I also have one Metamorph. So without further ado, let's just hop onto the PvP ladder. I am ranked Platinum 5, so if we're lucky, I'll be able to get to Legend 1 in this session. I think I'll probably play 4 or 5 games, just depending on time, and we'll just hop right on into it. So when I get to Legend, I might tinker around with a couple of decks, but mostly I'd like to try to get a King of Games. I've actually never gotten a King of Games. I've gotten to Legend 3 a bunch of times, and then either couldn't win 5 games in a row to ladder up, or just got like frustrated and just stopped playing. It's also tough to stay motivated to play with the reward system that they have. Basically, once you get to 100 wins, there's not that many great rewards, because they give you like a ticket that you can spend for rare cards, for super rares. And once you get beyond those, you stop earning those rewards, so it's tough to always want to play. But anyway, we're playing against Aster Phoenix, and I didn't see his skill. Let me see if I can click here and see if he's... No real indication of what sort of deck he's playing. Aster, I don't know. I don't think he's got any real popular decks, but we are going to go ahead and fire off an Insight because that will allow us to put a zombie, Red Eye Zombie, into the grave. We can add one Spirit to our hand. So this is a kind of an interesting hand because we didn't actually get any monsters, but we will be able to obviously add one on our next turn. Yeah, because we'll be able to summon the Red Eye Zombie. Not a lot of cards, or not a lot of decks in the meta right now also set cards, so I'm interested to see what it could be. It could potentially be like a Phoenix deck, because they might set their Yaksha, they might set a Hane or a Gale Lizard or something like that. But it doesn't seem to be the case. Okay, so it's a Blue Dragon Summoner, so that's kind of odd. So he could be playing some sort of Blue Eyes deck. That's definitely possible, but we're definitely not going to let him direct attack. We'll just go for the Red Eyes Spirit, get our zombie out, and hopefully we'll be safe from his attack then. Yeah, so he can no longer attack. And yes, it is the end of his turn, so that's very good. So we do get another Econ. But let's see how we'd like to do this. So I do want to activate my other Insight, because I do want to get another zombie in the grave. I could do the Wyvern, but I think I prefer this right now. Just because, you know, I want to try and get the beaters out. If he is playing like a Blue Eyes deck, I'm not that worried because I do have Econ, and I also have Mirror Wall. Just the question is, do I want to set my other spirit, like one of these spirits, or do I want to set the Econ? I think I'm going to set the spirit because I already have 2 good defensive cards out. I'll activate this. It's also possible he's playing a Dark Magician or a Dark Paladin, but we'll see. So let's go ahead and enter the battle phase and see if we can swing into this Blue Dragon Summoner. And it looks like he's got some sort of face down, or he could potentially have Karipo. I don't know exactly which it is. So it is an Econ, so that's fine. I can live with that, because he still doesn't have a way to get over my Red Eyes. All this does is stall for a turn. And next turn, since I did set my Spirit, I do have the ability to get it a second Red Eyes, which is really good. So, yeah, I don't know exactly. I still don't know what sort of deck he's playing. Yeah, so he protected his Blue Dragon Summoner. If I were him, I would have let it go down because obviously there's something in his deck that he'd like to add. Because this adds a normal Dragon Warrior spell type or spellcaster type monster. So, like, he probably wants to get that into his hand ASAP. So I would have just let it go down. But, you know, that's just me. Alright, so we'll see what we draw now. So we do draw a third zombie. So what am I going to do here? I'm going to change this to attack mode. I still think I'm going to set the spirit here. If I wanted to be really cheeky, I could like tribute summon and then on his turn summon my my zombie, red-eye zombie back, but I'm just going to play it slow. I've got no reason to be aggressive. Even if he's got like Mirror Wall or something, we're going to be able to beat him pretty easily. Yeah, so I don't think he has Mirror Wall based on that. And it's probably not Super Rush or something. Super Rush Headlong is a good card if you're not familiar. Basically, if you can target one of your monsters, and if it battles monsters of a certain tribute, it automatically destroys that other monster. I didn't even get to see what he added, actually, because I was talking about that. So let's see what he goes with the second card. So it is, yeah, so it's Blue Eyes both times. And let me just confirm. So yeah, he added 2 Blue Eyes. Okay, so no problem. Unless he's got Kaiba-Man or something, he still has no way to get it out. So that's fine with me. He could also play Ancient... Is it Ancient Rules is the card that Mokuba drops now? I'm not sure. Okay, so he did play a Kaiba-Man. So Kaiba-Man, he contribute this to some of the Blue Eyes. Which is fine with me. I'm going to go ahead and switch this to on. And I'll play Mirror Wall. Oh, it's a Prismatic, so that's neat. But yeah, this will allow me to play Mirror Wall and kill his thing. I guess I could play Econ as well. Yeah, I'm going to play Econ instead. Just because I'd like to preserve the Mirror Wall for later since it's a little bit of a better card in general. And I also have a second Econ in hand, so I can set that and replace the resource that I just used to protect my Red Eyes. And because I do have the beatdown skill, I can add up to I can add 300 attack points to all my monsters for every level 5 or higher monster I have on the field. And I got a Metamorph, so that's actually really nice. Yeah, we're gonna do. Should we do this? I think we can get game, and I don't think that face down that he has is particularly scary. So I'm gonna tribute summon my Red Eye Zombie, and then I'll play this card over here. I'll play Red Eye Spirit to bring back my other one. So this isn't an ideal play in terms of card economy, Like, I went -1 to get out that other Red Eyes, but it seems like a potentially pretty good option. I'm going to set the Metamorph and keep the Econ in hand in case he does something cheeky. But now I can boost both mine up to 3,300, and if it's not a, if it's not an Econ, if it's not a Windstorm on the face down, I should be able to win this game right now. And it does not look to be, so yep, that's game. He's got Soul Resurrection. Okay, that's fine. So Soul Resurrection allows him to bring back his blue eyes. Actually, yeah, so we can still win on this turn. So we'll play Econ, and we'll tribute the red eyes that we just played, or so just attacked with. So we'll put the blue eyes on our field, and you know that clears the way for our red eye zombie here. So now there should be no way for him to win, because this sort of deck never plays Karibo or Sphere Karibo anyway. So yeah, that's a pretty flawless victory. So first win on the channel is first game on the channel is a win, which is really nice. It's not versus the most competitive deck. Like, Blue Eyes decks are really cool, but they're not the best. You could potentially run some variants. Oh, nice, we have 4,000 dual assessment. You can run some variants with Champion's Vigilance, and they're definitely pretty potent. Champion's Vigilance is a great card. You know, it just has specific conditions. You have to have a level 7 or higher monster out. The other popular variant of Red Eyes is Red Eyes Balance, which runs not the zombie Red Eyes, but it runs normal Red Eyes than vanilla one. And it's all about getting those vanillas out as quickly as possible and then negating your opponent's moves with Champion's Vigilance. So it's very good. So now we're playing a Yami Yugi. And we'll see if he shows any ability. So he doesn't show like Power of Dark or anything, which means that he is probably Destiny Draw. And if he's Destiny Draw, there's a ton of different options for him. He could be Mausoleum, he could be Hazy Flame, he could be Burn. In any case, we don't have the ability to put any damage on the board this turn, so we're just going to activate Insight, and we're going to send our Red Eyes to the grave, and add a Spirit to our hand. So yeah, like, I definitely don't want to be too aggro here if I can help it, because I don't know what he's playing, and if he is D-Draw, I don't want to give him that option. And again, like, if you're not familiar with Duel Links, all of the characters have different abilities, and so Yugi has an ability called Destiny Draw, where if he takes damage on his turn, I forget what the threshold is. You need to take a certain amount of damage, and then if you do, then on your next turn you can draw any card that you want from your deck. And it's really nice too, because it actually lets you look at the deck, like, you know, in the order in which you're about to draw cards, and after you take the one you want, it doesn't shuffle. So you get to basically see what your upcoming draws are going to be, so that's very nice. So let's see here. So he's got one face down, and if he is like a Mausoleum or a Burn deck, there's a decent chance here that he is got Golden Apples face down. But there's not a whole lot I can do about that. Do I have another Econ here? Yeah, I'm just going to keep my Econ in hand in case I need to activate it for some reason. So we'll go into the battle phase. If he doesn't have Golden Apples, then this is game. And yeah, so that's a Golden Apples. Yep. So this, yeah, so this stinks because, like I just said, this is going to give him his D-Draw. And actually that's really bad because he's probably going to draw a Lava Golem. Yeah, so so this is a weird play, but I'm actually going to Econ take his, I'm going to Econ take his token because I want to sacrifice my Red Eyes Wyvern. Lava Golem he could use to, oh, I used the wrong one. I meant to use the one in my hand, not the one on the field. I still have the mirror wall down. So now he can't Destiny Draw for Lava Golem. Lava Golem, he contribute 2 monsters on my side to summon Lava Golem to my side of the field, so it's really good removal. He could get rid of both of my monsters there. And now I got a little bit of damage on the board. He has only 1,300 left. Okay, so he just decided to D-Draw for a Supremacy Berry. Most likely. I didn't actually look to see. No, he D-Drawed for Mausoleum. So he's probably going to play Invader of Darkness. was what I'm guessing. Which is fine with me. This is another reason it was cool to burn my my thing when I did. My econ. So Invader of Darkness means I cannot activate quick play spells. So I should pretty much win here because I've got the mirror wall. Damage step, activate mirror wall. Yeah, so now we win. So that worked for me. Yeah, I doubt he's got a Sphere Karibo in hand. If he does, no, I don't want to pay the cost for mirror wall. I don't need to. We'll send a Red Eyes to the grave, and it'll add the spirit as well. So we have a play for next turn if we need it, but we should be able to win right now. Because even if he's got Sphere Ebola, aka Sphere Karibo, we can just econ take for the win. So it's a little dicey there for a second. But we also could have used his Mausoleum to summon our other Red Eyes. That might have been a good play. But it doesn't matter, we won that game. So 2-0 so far, so that's pretty nice. You know, and I'm not doing anything fancy here. Like, this deck is probably the second best deck that's out there right now. So it's pretty nice that I can just kind of cruise to victory. And I think we need 4 straight wins in order to advance to Platinum, or sorry, to Legend. So hopefully we don't catch a loss on either of these 2 games, and we will get the chance to advance. That would be quite nice. I don't think I think the last game I played before I started this was a rank up game, so I don't think I have any wins to build a streak off of from before I started this. So now we're playing an Odeon deck. Odeon does not, like, that's not something in this meta that exists. Like, none of his skills are particularly useful, so he's probably like Restart or Balance or something. Nope, he's neither of those. So yeah, I don't really know what's going on here. But in either case, we have a pretty decent starting hand. We can go to Kazuki. We can mill, I'd like to mill a Bacon Saver, because I don't want to draw it, and I can then use it as fodder for summoning my Red Eyes next turn. Let's go ahead and set both of these econs and end my turn. So yeah, this skillless Odeon, like, I don't know what he could be running, because like Trap Hell and other decks or skills like that just are not part of the metagame. That's really all there is to it. Let's see, we got an econ again. I'll keep this one in hand, but now we can go ahead and we can mill a Kazuki, and milling Kazuki does allow us to summon the Red Eyes from our hand. So we'll banish the Bacon Saver and get out this Red Eye Zombie Dragon. So yeah, I don't know what he's got face down, but let's just go for it. Like, that's sort of just how this deck operates. It just kind of attacks. What will be the only bad thing that we would see here is if he's got Magical Arm Shield. Otherwise, I don't think I'll be that upset about anything that he does. He's thinking about it. Does he have... I mean, it hasn't asked me... Here, let's put it on to try and figure out what step he's in. Flamebell, Dragnov. Is this like a burn deck? Yeah, you can remove the cave from along with... Okay. Yeah, so I don't know what sort of deck this is, but I'm just gonna go ahead and attack with Zombie Dragon, and he uses Enchanted Javelin. I don't know what this skill does. So it just did a little bit of damage to me. It did like 700 damage to me. That's weird. Well, that's fine. Yeah, I've literally never seen that skill before. Like, I haven't been playing for that long. Like I said, I've only been playing since July, so like 3 months, and I don't know every skill in the game, especially one like this that doesn't see any play. So yeah, so basically he's some sort of like burn deck, which is like, you know, I'm perfectly fine with burn as an archetype. That doesn't really bother me. I just don't know if this version is competitive. There are some really competitive versions out there with Destiny Draw or with Weevil, but I've never seen something like this with Odeon. So anyway, we can go ahead and boost up our monsters and swing with Kazuki. Kazuki at 2000 gets over pretty much every monster in the game. The only thing it doesn't get over is Clayman, which is not meta right now. At the end of the battle phase... Okay, so that's fine. So we'll see if he's got another Enchanted Javelin or something. He does not. Doesn't seem like he has golden apples, so, alright. Now he gets to choose his next draw. Let's see what it is. Lava Golem. Shit. We might be boned. Because now he can summon it. Yeah, there's really nothing that I can do. At least I have a Red Eye Spirit face down. So, I'm not dead yet. So basically, he's gonna Lava Golem and tribute my 2 monsters. I just hope he doesn't have something like Massively Accursed to potentially, you know, stop my Lava Golem from attacking him. Yeah, so that's a bummer that he's removed our 2 monsters like that. And obviously, so the main thing with this is that during each of your standby phases, take 1,000 damage. So we've got 4 turns left here. So we can. So we'll take the 1,000. There's nothing we can really do about it. But depending upon what he has face down, we might still be able to win this turn. So let's change this to attack position. Activate Red Eye Spirit to get our Red Eye Zombie back. And so basically, he has to have 2 Enchanted Javelins, or he has to have a Golden Apples in order to survive this turn. I'm not going to set the Mirror Wall because there's no need to. Because he doesn't have any monsters that are going to threaten me. I could have potentially left one of these in defense mode to play around Windstorm, but I didn't know if those burn decks necessarily play Windstorm. So we were able to pick up a W there. And that gives us 3 wins in a row. Again, none of them were versus like super competitive decks. It was that Blue Eyes, and then this trap deck. I forget what we played in the middle. We played that Destiny Draw Yugi deck. It was Mausoleum. Mausoleum is a good deck. But we were just able to sort of, you know, we drew well, and we were able to play around it. Like, if we didn't have that Mirror Wall, we would have been in a much tougher position, because Invader of Darkness is a huge issue for Red Eyes decks. Because it's, you know, it's got a, you know, really high attack stat. It is a higher attack than a Red Eye Zombie that's boosted up by Beatdown. So we're playing against another Aster deck, and again, I don't know what skill he's running, so we won't know that for sure. So I'm going to activate, I think we can potentially go for a game depending upon what that face down is. So we're going to mill a Red Eye Zombie and add a Spirit from our deck to our hand. And then we can summon our Gazuki, mill a Gazuki, and that allows us to summon the Red Eyes that's in our hand. So we'll do that. When you get this combo off, it's like really potent. So we want to now summon the Red Eyes. And there we go. And so I'm just going to set these 2. I'm going to keep the other Spirit in my hand for now. Just because in case I draw another Insight, I'd like to be able to play it next turn. Yeah, but depending upon what this face down is, we might just win outright. But it's probably like an Econ or something. Okay, so he's got a Sphere Karibo in his hand, so that's fine. And yeah, so that was actually a misplay on his. Oh no, he's got a Golden Apples. So that's fine. So to say, like, he should have Sphere Karibo'd the Red Eyes, but the waiting for my Red Eyes to attack so he could activate his Golden Apples and get the largest possible token does make sense. But you know, this is why it's nice to have the Econ. I wonder if this is a Destiny Hero Plasma deck, because for him to have the token out, that's nice. It gives him 1 potential tribute fodder for his Plasma. I think Plasma needs 3 tributes in order to be summoned. Plasma is real dirty. It's a really good card. So let's see what he does. Like, I haven't seen this deck. I don't know what this is. Like, Golden Apples, it could mean anything. I've literally never played against so many Golden Apples as I have in these last 25 minutes. So, very fortunate that we didn't run into any Cyber Angels. or any other. Oh, he's got. Are you serious? He's got Lava Golem. Why is everybody run Lava Golem? Well, I think that, again, depending upon what his face down is, we can now win this turn. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch my toggle to on, and I'm going to activate my enemy controller. This is going to allow me to tribute my Lava Golem, so I don't take any burn damage, and I can take his token. And this is actually a really beefy token, so this is pretty awesome. So this is a Fiend type. Change to attack position. I'm going to go ahead and activate Red Eye Spirit to get this card. And this is where it might have been nice to set my other Red Eye Spirit last turn, because then I could like potentially tribute his token. But that's okay. So I'm going to activate Beatdown. Yeah, and again, if he doesn't have a defensive card down here, if he doesn't have, well, I guess we'll see. We'll see what he has. Does he have another Sphere Bola? I don't know. I guess he does, because why else would it stop like that? Half shut. So it can't do battle damage. Oh, never mind. That's not how that works. So, yeah, so what is this card? Hang on. We'll have to... I know I have a copy of this card, but I don't really use it much. So we are going to rank up from this game, which is awesome. I'm very glad that I was able to win 4 in a row on camera. So that's awesome. So we do get ranked up to Legend, which is really cool. Because it's going to give us some bonus gems, which is really nice. But I don't look up this card, Half Shut, because... obviously, he was hoping something different would have happened there. So we'll go into here, click Half Shot. And it's not a card that I have, actually. Target one monster on the field. It cannot be destroyed by battle this turn, but its attack is halved until the end phase. So he had 1,300 attack points. My guy had 3,000, so half of 3,000 is 1,500, which is still more than his 1,300. So that's what he was thinking there. Even if I had him boosted up with Beatdown, I would have been at 2,700. I do 1,350 damage, so I'm not exactly sure what he was thinking by activating that. But it definitely didn't work out for him. So anyway, like I said, that's going to put us right into Legend, which is very cool. It means that we can no longer be demoted for the rest of the season. And in the next episode, I will try to rank up. Probably, like, I'll try to go from Legend 1 just to Legend 2. I might test out a few decks in the meantime, just so I can use a different deck in the next episode. I am very close to finishing my Cyber Angels deck, so I'll probably do a video with that. And then there's a couple other decks that I'm building that are pretty competitive. I don't think I'll use any like fun decks until I get to King of Games. You know, once I've achieved everything that I need to this season. There's some that I really want to use that are really fun. That I'll be happy to show you guys. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you check back for other gaming and Pokemon content. And until the next time, I'll see you guys later.